Oh, no.
Let's not leave him out of this. The Big Apple and Snacks is hungry. He's got 1 kill already on the USP. Low HP as well on Guardian and Flamey. He's trying to bait them out, trying to get them into one-on-ones as he dances back and forth between the box. What a shot on Simple! Oh, Guardian, bye-bye! And it's on to Flamey.
Its origins can be traced back to 1972, when a group of college students gathered around to watch competitors battle it out. In spite of this seemingly long history, the recognition of esports is a much more recent phenomenon. However, as with many new activities and technologies, come certain growing pains, as well as resistance or even dismissal as a fad. Nonetheless, evidence of acceptance and embrace can be seen not only in the activity, but in the games themselves. Similar to that early history, the college campus and college students are where the esports evolution is happening. Nicholas Petrosky is a student at Caldwell. He's also trying to break into professional gaming. It's a journey not dissimilar from other college players trying to break into their respective professions. How many hours do you put into practice?
College, it's harder, but I still try to get a good, 6 hours a week, just practice a little bit every day. It's just fun just to play and get better.
Is it hard to balance college work and practice?
Yeah, it is hard with all the homework and stuff like that. It's hard just to find time, and plus with the social life too, it's like I try to incorporate it too in social life, get my friends to play with me every now and then. But I managed to make it work.
What got you into playing Smash Bros. At the competitive level?
At a competitive level, I actually had a friend who played Smash and actually somehow got a Smash club at our school. And so that was around the time Smash 4 came out, so everyone was already hyped up. And he introduced everyone to Melee and Project M, so everyone started playing a lot. And then my other friend started holding tournaments in his basement, so those were the first I went to, and there was monthlies, so I went to a good 7 tournaments at home, so it was really nice, and that's where I met a lot of my friends.
Jacob Soto is also another student trying to break into professional gaming. However, he understands that it is not an easy journey. It is met with some resistance and criticism. Do you think video games have a stigma to them?
I guess, yeah, because I have a friend who goes here who actually doesn't like any of the competitive gaming because he feels that the community itself, it diverses itself from the original game, and that the game was meant to be, something fun to play with anybody, and that there was no skill involved. But when you take that and you make it skill-oriented, then it throws some of the other people that used to play it under the bus and makes it feel like, they can't play it.
Do you think this stigma affects competitive gaming?
Absolutely. I think that, it takes away some of the actual people who can be competitive players because they feel like they're not good enough in the tournaments.
Counter-Strike player and Cloud9 member Stewie2K famously left his house to move in with Cloud9, and during that time his relationship with his parents had soured a bit. Do you feel parents have a negative view on esports?
I think so, because they don't exactly make anything like a salary. It's more of like a commission, depending on how much you practice the games, if you're actually good at the games. Most parents, I believe, don't support your dreams when it comes to anything like YouTube or video games or game famous. Personal friend, his mom doesn't like it, but his dad doesn't really care what happens with him, but so he's trying to pursue it.
With colleges such as Ohio State, Michigan, and Texas Tech investing in League of Legends teams, do you think that the stigma will disappear?
I still think that the stigma would stay the same. There's people who don't like the game who like it, but I'm glad that there's becoming some recognition in League of Legends gaming.
Do you feel colleges should start making an esports section for the athletics department?
Yeah, they should actually, because it's not just you're not just mind-numbingly moving controls around to move a character. You are thinking strategically over what I have to do this, what I have to do that. It's a lot of critical thinking, and it helps a lot. And with how you think in your classes and stuff like that, it requires a lot of mental energy, and it's also getting very popular and stuff. So the kids, it could be a way to get scholarships for some people and get people into education, people who just want to play games and stuff like that.
Do you think esports will ever reach that point for college?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'd probably start off with League of Legends, because that's really big right now. I think I heard some colleges might be looking into that. They're really trying to get it going and be like, this is a team, this is as competitive as football or basketball, and it's something that people have a passion for.
Michael Mayer is studying games development at Caldwell. He has seen the influence of esports on game development. Are games designed for the casual player first and the competitive player second?
Well, it depends on the type of game. So obviously some games are designed for the casual first. Look at something like, say, Mario Kart, right? Where it's designed with the casuals in mind because of high amounts of randomness. And randomness can bridge the gap between casual and competitive players, just like rubber banding, right? So when you fall behind in Mario Kart, the rubber banding, the randomness will kick in and it'll bring you back in and shorten that gap. Some games with less amounts of randomness, something like, say, Super Smash Brothers, is clearly very highly competitive, or other fighting games of that nature, and aren't designed for casuals, which is probably why there's such a niche genre, right? There's not widespread appeal for the fighting games like there are for Mario Kart.
Does knowing an audience might be watching the game lead to certain design choices?
Oh, definitely. That's an issue that League of Legends is facing right now. Is that it's slowly becoming one of the larger esports. It's the largest esport, and it's been the largest esport for a while now. And it causes some problems where the game might be very fun and engaging to play, but it's not necessarily fun and engaging to watch. So Riot will go in and they will make really flashy, big changes that will make the game much more exciting to watch. Try to cut down on the downtime that's in the game where non-exciting stuff to watch is happening, and up the excitement. Like, Riot will actively make decisions that encourages the players to come together and fight more often than they normally would in order to have more exciting, fun, big fight moments which people are there to watch.
Are future updates then designed to allow the audience to have a better understanding of what is going on in the game?
Yeah, I think that future updates are catered towards having people understand it better. I know specifically Valve is very involved in this. With League of Legends' biggest competitor, Dota 2, they had a completely new mode introduced to the game that helps spectators join. Valve wasn't even interested in getting new players, they wanted new spectators, so they had a mode that had more UI elements that would point out what's going on. They had a stream specific for one of their major tournaments, the international tournament with a multi-million-dollar prize pool. They had a stream dedicated to spectators who didn't play the game, and the commentators would commentate on exactly what's happening. So that would explain to them, even if they've never played the game before, they would explain, this is what's happening, this is, this guy's attacking this guy for this reason, and they would explain it in very basic terms that even a non-gamer would probably understand.
Esports is providing both opportunities and challenges for those not only involved in competition, but also in game development. Consistent with its history, the college campus and the college students are at the forefront in the evolution of this new sport and the supporting technologies. They are also the ones resisting the classification as a fad or other diminishing comments.